Well, okay, and we're streaming. Alright, I just added the chat browser or the chat display, so I'm going to check this out and see what that's all about. And now I'm recording as well so that I can upload it to Rumble when the time comes. I don't have like a premium account with Restream, so I'm incapable of doing a custom URL. But it's all good. Oh yeah, okay, so I got the chat thing set up here. I guess that's how it looks. I wonder, can I change the opacity of it? Surely I can. I also wonder how the quality of my stream is because I got some things going on in the background, so I'm curious. Let's see, I gotta listen to it. Okay, I'm just gonna talk some more just for like a mic test, check 1 2. The delay. Nah, it sounds good enough. I like it. Alright, cool. So we're gonna be building electronic circuits today. This is like, I got this shit all put up and set up and put together. And actually, I was kind of having a hard time figuring out like the layout of the components for a particular purpose of. So like, let me explain the whole function of my circuit here. So, I want to set up a transistor network that allows me to indicate the amount of voltage I'm supplying, or well, the amount of voltage that's being supplied from my voltage source, and I'm going to indicate this through a transistor network indicated by LED. Wait, so let me put this into better words. I'm going to use an 8-bit segment LED display to display the output voltage of my power supply. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use a transistor network that works off a logic determined by the turn of a potentiometer. So like as I turn the potentiometer, I'm going to be changing the resistance of the circuit, and this resistance is going to alter the voltage and inherently the current. And so by doing this, I can change the current that's being supplied to the gate of the transistor, and so I can turn certain transistors on at certain times, or well, at certain rotations of the potentiometer. So with this being done, you're capable of having like a control circuit that controls the display. That controls the display, and it's entirely governed by the turn of the potentiometer, which is also governing the output voltage of your supply. So this is what we're working on, whatever. This is the type of shit we're doing, and so I'm going to be drawing it out and everything. Oh yeah, I want to check out the chat thing, though. I want to type some stuff in the chat and see what that's all about. So I want to see how it pops up on this screen here. Hello, chat. So if I send it here... Hey, okay, it'll go like that. So, can I send it from anywhere? Wait, I can chat on YouTube. Oh, do I not have chats? Maybe I have to do it directly from X. I want to send a chat on X. Let's see how that looks. Live chat. Hello, chat. I want to see how it pops up. There it goes, and it says it's directly from X. Yo, that's great. Super cool, super cool. Super cool. Alright, cool, bro. I'm really starting to get into the streaming shit, my boy. Let's go. Alright, let me look into, I want to change the opacity of the chat box. I don't like how it's, like, so bold. Also, I don't really like the position of it either. I want to cover that. Perhaps I can, skinny it up. Kind of good. I feel like the chat text is really large as well. So let me alter that. Oh, I probably can't. Or can I? I probably can't alter it in real time. Let's see. Message background opacity. Yeah, chat background. Oh, message background opacity. 100% chat background opacity. Ah, like that. Scale it down a bit. There we go. Okay, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it though. Alright, fuck it. We're just gonna leave it as it is for now. For this one, and then I'll make it better for the next one. Alright, yeah, I suppose. Okay, so let's get into it. Oh no, I just took it away now. How's that going to work? I guess I just do that. Damn, that corner was hard to grab. Alright. Shit. Alright, so this is what I got currently. Let's draw it out, the circuit that I have. We're looking at something like this. Let's see. Alright, can you guys hear me good? I hope so. I feel like my mic's kind of far away. My setup isn't ideal. Okay, so let me put this over here. Stop recording, stop streaming. Alright, good. Everything's going. Okay. Okay, so this is our 9-volt battery, and again, I'm not very good with the. This is the problem I run into every stream, is that I'm not very good with the Intuos pad. I just need to continue to practice with it, and I'll get better. But man, when I tell you that my handwriting is on point when I write on paper, like I know you'd love to see it. You can look at my stuff on my X profile. If you scroll down, you can see my earlier posts when I'm like studying physics and stuff like this, and you can see how precise each word is, each letter is. It's great though. It's great though. Hello chat. Yo, somebody say something in the chat though. Come on now. Okay, so let's draw. We're gonna give it a 9-volt battery right now. That's just what we're working with. And then obviously when I have the power supply, I'm gonna like divert some of the voltage and then use a voltage regulator and things like this to keep a constant output. Just yeah, bear with me with this drawing. I mean, shit, man. I really don't like it. I can't stand the bad drawings, but I'm just going to have to because I'm just not good enough. I'm just going to have to. We're gonna have a couple swerves in there. It's not gonna be straight lines. It's not gonna be a perfect circuit, but I mean, I'm gonna have it as best looking as I possibly can. So, yo, quit playing with me, bro. All right, quit playing with me. I'll eventually get really good with this Intuos. Watch. I used to be at one point. I used to be a master with it, but that's when I was using it a lot and I was just drawing stuff. Now I'm trying to draw circuits, which it should be easier. It's just a lot of straight lines, really. A few curved lines when you got the capacitors in there. When you got the what do you call it? What do you call it? Like the polar capacitors, right? But they call them something. Can't believe I can't remember. Whatever, fuck it. Okay, so what we got going on here? Okay, I need a source for that, and then we go through the potentiometer to that. Okay. So, trying to think of the best way to draw this. It's certainly going to be like that, but then I'm thinking about where the transistor is going to lie. Okay, so we have a 9-volt battery here. We're going to specify the positive and the negative, right? And our current runs from positive to negative, although this is like, it's like a wrong analysis in regards to physics, right? Because really it's electrons that are moving, but when we do circuit analysis, we perceive it as protons are moving, I guess, but really we consider them holes because the electrons are what are experiencing motion. But anyways, disregard that. We're going to go from positive to negative, and this is the direction of our current. So we'll do it like that. And a lowercase I is like, I don't know what you call a nomenclature. Like, what would you consider this? The lowercase I is determine, or like, what the fuck? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? The lowercase I means it's time dependent. Current. It's a time dependent current. So I guess like when I'm using linear components, it's not really necessary. Really, I guess we'd want to use a capital I. So like in this case, I guess I'm kind of using like linear components, such as like resistors, the transistors, LEDs. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's make it capital then. Yeah. All right. Let's make it capital. Yeah, so we'll make it capital F. Boom. Okay. All right. So what I need to do is we're gonna have part of the circuit operating the gate, and that determines when the transistor turns on and off. Okay. And then we're gonna have another portion of the circuit that's going to be a voltage divider, that's going to supply the LEDs. And now a typical LED. You know, they're like their specifications determined on the color. So I think it's the blue LEDs, right? Because blue is the highest energy level in regards to visible light. It's one step above ultraviolet light and things like this, so it's the highest energy level. So I feel like I want to say that blue LEDs require the most current, and then it goes I think it goes blue, red, but then again, I don't know, does that actually even make sense? No, it doesn't. I know the greens are the lowest. The greens are the lowest, and those only require 20 milliamps. 20 milliamps at like 5 volts approximately. So anyways, things like this. I'm just gonna say that we need just 20 milliamps being supplied to the LED. Okay, so just keep that in mind, I guess. That'll come back to that later. Okay, so we're right here. I want to yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. Shit, my drawing's going crazy. It's really going off the rails. Look at this angle. Okay, let's assess this angle right now. Approximately 60 degrees, and according to this, my theory is that needs to get the fuck out of here. And I'm going to redraw it because that looked like absolute left pocket dog shit, you heard? Alright. So let's redo it. There we go. Straight line. Kind of the opacity is kind of low. Boom. Okay, so now this is simply just a voltage divider. We're just going to use 2 resistors to split the voltage. Now, if you have equal resistance in each of them, it's just going to split the voltage by 2. So, you know, we have one here. Say if they were the same value, though. So say you had like 220 ohms, just for example. 220 ohms, 220 ohms. You can guarantee for a fact that you're going to have 4.5 volts across each of these because they're the equivalent resistance, okay? And so you're going to split the voltage, you know, in regards to our 9-volt supply. That's just the way this operates, but we're not going to use these values, okay? Because what I'm really going to do is I need 4 volts across one of the resistors, and I need 5 volts across the other to supply the LEDs. I don't really want any less than 5 volts. So this is the point at which we're at now. I'm just going to draw everything out first before we start giving values. I'm just gonna write down the values that I currently have because I know this circuit operates correctly, and I guess perhaps I can show you on camera how it operates. But we're gonna do a small assessment of this or analysis of this circuit, and we're gonna look at like exactly we're gonna break down the amount of amps that are running to each branch, um, the current, and then we're also going to look at the voltage in each loop and things like this. And we're gonna use Kirchhoff's loop rule, Kirchhoff's junction rule. Um, you know, I've learned about Thevenin's Thevenin's is it him who has the black box? This like theory in regards to figuring out complex resistance networks. But I didn't study enough to actually retain the knowledge. But Kirchhoff's rules are great. You know, it's actually kind of like, I don't know. Perhaps it's not all you need because I'm not that well versed in this yet, because it's just been, you know, I've only been working towards this for such an amount of time that I haven't actually got to anywhere where I can require it to use that theorem. But maybe someday. So who knows? Come on, ain't nobody in the chat. Come on, guys. Where you at? Let's see. I want to see on X what's happening. Man, isn't Bitcoin crazy though? Absolutely crazy. It hit 100K. Everybody's going wild about it. But I mean, what does this say for the future of Bitcoin? I mean, eventually it's gonna fall back down, right? Eventually it has to find resistance and fall down. And then where is the support level though? These are the important questions, but I do not have the answers. So I'm curious to see what happens. But anyways, I'm kind of invested in Bitcoin for the long run. I'm certainly not going to sell any, not at this point. I did make some money on XRP. That was a beautiful investment. But again, it's like, I don't know, I'm dissatisfied with the amount of money I had in there. But I mean, you know, that's all a part of the game. But plus, you also can't get emotional, right? You start to get emotional about your investments, and this is how you end up losing out. So take profits, play it smart. You can't just hodl forever. Don't be a fucking idiot and hodl forever, okay? You gotta eventually sell. Unless it's like, I don't know, unless it's things like, unless you're looking to be in it for the long run. But there's just certain things that I want to gamble on forever. Bitcoin, I guess I would. It's not a gamble. Bitcoin's the investment. But XRP, I'm not sure. I don't even know what their like actual function is. I ain't never read the white paper or nothing. Another one I'm curious about is Render. I'm also invested in that, and I haven't pulled out nothing yet. But Render is like, it's a technology that uses the blockchain to like assist CPU, or assist graphics cards in assist graphic cards through the blockchain in rendering for those who don't have the CPU power. I believe this is what it is, and this is how I understand it. Perhaps I'm wrong, but it just seems like that's beneficial. It has a genuine utility, and I think people would enjoy this. So for that reason, I'm a little more invested in it than other things, just because of its utility and its purpose. It makes sense to me. It does. Okay, so back to the circuit though. Let's see. What did I just do with my pen? Here it is. Okay, so again, we have this voltage divider here. We'll give it values later. And then I'm going to split off this way. Okay, I'm going to split off this way. Okay, now this is the symbol for a potentiometer, which is like a variable resistor. Okay, that's all. This is what mine look like. They come in all sorts of geometries, whatever you want to consider it. But this is mine right here, this little blue thing. It has 3 pins on it: supply, ground, and then output. And so this is my supply. This is how the rest of the symbol looks. We'll just consider this to be ground. And then this is my output. Okay, so my output. Okay. Okay, so now the output of the potentiometer is again going to run to a voltage dividing circuit, purely resistive. And for this reason is so that we can determine by the voltage. Um, so depending on the voltage supplied to each, here, let me draw it out first. Let me draw it out and then explain it. God, that's a terrible resistor. I'm trying to think. I originally drew this out on paper a couple days ago before I built it. And I did an analysis there, but I wanted to show you guys and bring you along with me. So I'm trying to think if I divided it by 3 resistors. Yes, 3 resistors, that makes most sense. Okay, so by 3 resistors. Okay, like that. And we go there and we go there. Okay. Come on, nobody in the chat, say something. Don't be shy, say something. Nah, but I mean, I do appreciate y'all being here for real. I'm happy you guys can join me. We're gonna be building circuits today, electronic circuits. We're gonna be looking at, it's like we're pretty much staying linear. I ain't gonna mess with no components like capacitors or inductors. Not today, but in the future. So let's start a little more simple and proceed forward, and we can learn together and stuff like this, because I have a lot to learn in regards to capacitors and inductors. I mean, you know, like I'm familiar with the equations and like the non-linear components of them, like the time varying aspect and things like this, but honestly I haven't implemented them into many circuits. One thing I really want to build though, because it's like what it's the most recent thing I've studied in physics thus far, is induction heating, an induction heater, and I want to build one, and those require like oh, fuck, man. I'm trying to remember what the transistors are called, but they require high current transistors. I'm talking like, what is it, like 100 to 200 amp current, or 200 amps of current. So those transistors go hard as fuck, man. They're pretty big. They're pretty big. It's cool. I mean, it's cool considering that like I'm working with a transistor that its gate requires only 10 milliamps to operate. Actually, I even measured it as 3 milliamps. 3 milliamps in the gate to these transistors opens. And then although from the oh yeah, another thing I want to address is the type of transistor that this is. I believe it's NPN. I want to make sure. I guess that doesn't specify, but it's a 2N3904. So, maybe I can specify that down here. Oh, shit. Okay, now that's the gates of our transistor. Shit. Bear with me now. Okay. I don't want to do this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it like this. Looks so bad. Oh well. Okay, these are grounded. Wait, no, that's not grounded. That's not grounded. This is how this is going to go. That's not grounded either. Oh my goodness, this looks like trash. It's looking alright, yeah. It's looking okay. Okay, so those. Okay, so those are our transistors. Okay, so this is the gate of the transistor. Here, we'll label them, specify. That's the gate. Um, we'll consider this to be the collector and this the emitter. Okay, and so this was the thing that I was going to explain. So, there's PNP transistors and then there's NPN transistors. I believe I'm dealing with an NPN transistor. Let's just look it up to make sure because I just don't want to be wrong. 2N3904 data sheet, sure. Here, and then we can kind of look at some specifications. NPN bipolar junction transistor. Yeah, if you're getting into electronics and you're looking to build circuits, these data sheets are huge. This is what's going to give you your specifications. I mean, you don't want to burn up your components, and when you're dealing with things as sensitive as transistors, it's very easy to do. It's very easy to do. Okay, here we go. Collector current continuous. See, a maximum of 200 milliamps. And I'm talking about the induction heater requires a transistor that runs like hundreds of amps, man. I mean, shit, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Maybe it's like 60 amps. Maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion. I don't know. Yeah, let's see if I can. I think it's like IGTB transistor. Something like this. IGBT. No way I got that correct. No fucking way, bro. IGBT transistor for induction heater. Induction heater circuit using IGBT tested.
Okay, I'm sorry. They don't know. Yep, I understand. Good, because the house will carry a lot of drinks. I was gonna go with you. They invited you? No.
Come on.
I'll see it.
Yeah, that's what they look like. That's the ones I'm talking of. Look at how big those motherfuckers are, bro. Look at how big those are. Soon. I'll do an induction heater build on stream. Alright. Induction heater build on stream. Let's fucking go. And then I'm gonna smelt some shit. Alright. I'm gonna melt some metals. Have some molten metals. And I'm gonna smelt some shit. I'm gonna fucking be a blacksmith. Okay? I'm gonna make a sword. How do you make the mold though? How do you make the mold for the sword though? Yo, another thing I've been thinking about is like you can create pretty advanced geometries with the 3D printer, right? Which I have it here to my left. And now if you're capable of like printing some complex geometry and then forming a mold around that and then being able to pour metal into the mold, right? Molten metal into the mold, then you're gonna have advanced geometry made of metal. So that's also something I've been very interested in doing, but like I gotta determine an actual goal and objective. I want the induction heater for like manufacturing purposes because with that then I'll be able to do a lot of things, but I gotta have things to do, things to build, so I don't know. Right now I'm working on hydroponic systems, but that's pretty much all for my 3D printer, other than I guess other like materials outside of that, but it's not much. I don't know. It's like it's not a very complex system that does not require hero. Don't try not to spill it. That's my hydroponic system. Granted, I can build shit, but like, I'm not very good at taking care of plants. I don't have much of a green thumb, so. So I'm still figuring out that part. Still acquiring my green thumb. I have other things in the germination process here. I gotta show you these as well. They're actually beginning to germinate. I have jalapenos and then I have a lemon balm. For whatever reason, the jalapenos I was actually interested. I don't even know what lemon balm is. Is it a spice? What is a lemon balm? Come on, bro. Ain't nobody in the chat, bro. Where the chat at? Where the chat at though? Here, let me say something. Where the chat at though? Hey yo, there's somebody in the chat. Let's go. That guy must be pretty cool. Must be a pretty chill guy. Okay, I know we're kind of like getting a bit off topic, but I just want to share this with you guys. I mean, come on, hydroponics, growing plants is kind of cool. I do enjoy it. Also, man, I got some big ideas, but I never know like how much I should really share with people because like I'm trying to do things with this. But I guess I don't think anybody's as determined as I am. I don't think anybody's willing to work as hard as I am. I've been real lax these past few days, but it's because I've gone through a move. So I'm eventually going to get back into the motion, into the momentum. I need the momentum again, and I need to just ride that grind out for real. And you better be doing the same. You better be finding your passions and pursuing them. Okay, do not be wasting time. So, but I'm glad you're here with me now. You know, let's enjoy this moment together. Let's learn some shit. And now you just learned about IGBT transistors. Like, where are you gonna do that at? You learned about NPN, PNP transistors. Like, where are you gonna do that at? Come on now. Okay, so this is like my little germination plant, like whatever you want to call it, is the germination center. All right. Some of it's a little too wet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some like paper towels or something in there. I gotta get some of that water out. But anyways, let me explain to you what my thought process was. Okay, so okay, so I have 4 different media that I was attempting to grow in. Okay, so the first is like the basic process of growing in a damp paper towel. Okay, and I've already done that before. This is where I got my mescaline mix to germinate, and that was the process of that. My second media, which I guess you can consider it 2 different media, but they're both bananas, but just different parts of the banana. So one part was the peel, and then one part was the stem. The third media, I'm kind of feeling like weird after opening this. I don't know, I kind of caught a whiff of something. Okay, so let me explain, because I don't know, that might possibly bad. It might possibly be toxic, like genuinely toxic fumes. But anyways, okay, so the third was paper towels, damp paper towels, but soaked in like coffee extract, like soaked in the solution of water and coffee beans. Okay, and then the fourth media is just straight used coffee grounds. Okay, so I have one media is just paper towel dampened by like coffee ground, like an aqueous solution of coffee grounds and water, right? And then the fourth media again is just straight coffee grounds. See, I don't know if I should explain the reason for doing this, or fuck it, I guess, right? Fuck it. Type in the chat. Type in the chat if you want to hear why why I'm trying to germinate the seed in coffee grounds. Seriously, somebody say something and I'll explain to you why. I just feel like maybe I should, like, I don't know, I feel like maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Granted, somebody's had to, I mean, surely people do this, right? Type in the chat, literally say anything. Say one letter, anybody. I just wanna fucking see it. I'll show you what's going on though. Anyways, before I explain it. Bro, you ain't gonna be able to see shit. Here, let me grab my camera. Let's see how well this works. Oh no. Okay, here. Bro, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Y'all are pussies. Okay, look at that. You can see that there's obviously some sort of mold or something growing there. That one got fucked up. That's no longer in existence. Again, here you can see some mold growing on the direct coffee grounds. This is the coffee extract going on here. I hope it's focusing well. Okay, and you can see that these ones here, can you see the small stem coming out of the seed? Those are the jalapenos. Jeez, I hope it's focusing. I can't really tell. Actually, this is gonna be way better. I'm an idiot. Let me do this. Boom. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, here's the banana. Look at the banana peel. Come on, brother. Where's the focus at? Come on, where's the focus at? Fuck. Ah. Can you at least see this guy? Because he's beginning to germinate. It's the exposure. The exposure is fucking me up right now. My hand's cramping. No. Ow. Okay. But those are my different medias, and I'm not gonna tell you the reason because nobody typed in the chat. Kind of fucking pissed about it. Okay. Done with the slight tangent. Let's get back to the circuit. Okay. Get out of here. Get him out of here. Okay, so this is where we're at. Okay, so let's look at this right here. The purpose of this is to be a voltage divider, purely resistive network acting as a voltage divider. These resistors here are acting as current limiting resistors, okay, and these are what's going to determine the current that's being supplied to the gates of the transistor. Because the gates itself, it does have resistance, but it's negligible, so all the resistance is going to be determined by these resistors here. Okay. And now, so like, let's analyze the logic of this. As I vary the resistance here at this potentiometer, it's going to vary the voltage that's supplied to this part of the network. Okay, let's continue drawing. That's meant to be my LED. Shit, bro. Oh, brother.
So we have you and me. Yellow.
Oh, it kind of really looks like ass, whatever, though. Okay, fine. Okay, so... Nope, nope, I can't accept it. I absolutely cannot accept it. It looks too bad, bro. I gotta redo it.
Damn well what I do here.
It looks like ass. But also, I'm trying to think because this over here, this voltage divider here is what's going to supply the collector of the transistor. The collector of the transistor, and then the light's gonna be across that, yeah. Okay, yes. Okay, I got on that tangent. Oh, bro, I genuinely do not feel good after opening up that container. That's not good. That's not good, but I feel like I do understand why that is. But I'm not gonna share it with you because nobody typed in the chat, so. Absolute pussies. Wait. I'll give a hint. I'll give a hint in the chat. I haven't seen as to what the reason for my Huh. I just want to make sure I'm typing it correctly. That's not what it's called. Type of microorganism. On coffee. You guys drink coffee? You guys enjoy coffee? I really like that shit, man. This isn't what I'm looking for. This isn't on hold coffee. Brother, come on. So, okay, whatever. This is my hint. Because I don't know what it's called. I can't fucking find it. Wait, what happens if I do an emoji in the chat? Is it going to show up as an emoji? Wait, here, I'm just going to type this. No, the emoji didn't even show up. Classic. Yeah, it didn't even show up. Classic ass shit. Okay. Getting back to the circuit, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, man. Alright, let's do it. Okay, oh yeah, so went on the tangent. Forgive me. Okay, so there's two types of transistors, PNP and NPN transistor. Right here I'm working with... Here, we're just going to draw like this. Where do I got room? Right here. I called it the gate. Let's call it the base. That's what I should have said. Emitter collector. Okay, so with an NPN transistor such as the 2N3904 like I'm using here, the collector is always the source, or like what you're meant to supply. The emitter is always the ground. It's meant to be grounded, and then obviously the base for NPN or PNP transistor is just the switch. All right, it's just a switch, so it needs a supply of at least 10 milliamps in regards to current. Yeah, okay. So this is just one thing I wanted to look at. If it's in a PNP transistor, I believe the emitter is the supply and the collector is meant to be grounded. So these are just very subtle differences, but it's important. Okay, it makes a big difference. And then NPN and PNP, these are like these determine just you know, what the semiconducting junctions are made of. So it's like so it's like NPN. I'm pretty sure the N is like a net negative, so it has extra electrons, and then the P is just like stands for positive, means it has a lack of electrons. I would think so. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Anyways, whatever. That's like more like physics and shit like that. So perhaps we get into that another time. Because I'm actually not even. I don't know. I'm not like convicted in my knowledge. I don't know for sure. So I don't want to tell you guys anything wrong. But I do know this here. Okay, so this is where we're at. So we have our voltage dividing circuit, purely resistive again, linear. It's not time. It doesn't depend on time. It's just going to depend on these values of resistance, which are in ohms. Okay. So I play my music, but I can't. I mean, I can't because I always get copyright on YouTube. But I mean, I don't know. I want to stream on Rumble, but because I don't have like the premium restream, I can't stream directly to Rumble with a custom RTMP or whatever the fuck. Okay, so this is where we're at. Again, the collector, that's the supply collector. So these two will be going to the same place, which is actually going to be right here. It's going to be like this. Ah, bro, it looks so bad. Fuck. It's also because I always have this thing at a weird angle. I'm always like trying to draw a straight line. I'm going like diagonal. What the fuck? Let's do it again. What? Alright, we're just gonna carry this little line. Just a nice little line, and we're just gonna carry them on over to the supply of the transistor. Nice little line right there, just supplying the transistor. Just a nice little diagonal line there. I wanted a straight one, but we're gonna go with diagonal. Hey, yo, what? I did get an emoji. Nice. Nice. I was trying to imitate Bob Ross. Just a nice little line right there. Nice little line. Isn't that line just so nice? Okay, these two are gonna run from the same place, same supply. Which is going to, okay, so these two components, okay, so pretty much the LEDs, because of the way that we have this circuit laid out, is that the LEDs themselves will be, they're going to be in parallel, and so they're going to be requiring, or like, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. So they're going to be in parallel, so they're going to be fighting for the current. They're going to be fighting for the current, so that we have to make sure that we don't only have 20 milliamps running in this junction for the purpose of the LED, but we need 40 milliamps at least, so that each LED has the opportunity to receive 20 milliamps. Okay, you feel? And you know that's in regards to Kirchhoff's junction rules. So we're gonna take a look at all that shit too. So we'll cover that. Okay, so now this is interesting part. We're gonna come back and we're gonna draw those LEDs again. Gosh, I hope my circuit don't look too bad. I hope it's not like confusing or nothing. I'm trying to draw it in a way that when we do the analysis, it's easy to follow. I guess we'll just see when we get there, because I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know. I think so far so good. There's also another way that I do like drawing the potentiometer, because it's not only a variable resistor, but it's like a solid state resistor along with a variable resistor. So if you have 1,000 ohm potentiometer, you have whatever the supply to the potentiometer is going directly to ground through 1,000 ohm resistor, and then the other half of it is the variable resistor, which varies from 0 to 1,000 ohms. So for the purpose of that, it's beneficial to put another resistor in the place of that solid state resistor, incorporated into the potentiometer, you feel? So that's another thing to do, because if you have, because that resistor is going to essentially be from 9 volts to ground, so 9 volts across like 1,000 ohms is okay, right? Because, okay, let's just do this. Ohm's law, okay? We're going to have 9 volts divided by 1,000 ohms, and this is going to give us our current. 1,000, 9 divided by 1,000. Okay, so we're gonna have a current of 9 milliamps. Okay, 9 milliamps. Yes. So that's fine. That's fine. But say if you had a 220 ohm, or let's just say 100 ohm, 100 ohm potentiometer, you have 9 divided by 100. Okay, now we're at, what did I say? No, now we're at 90. 90? Yes, 90 milliamps. Okay, so it rose significantly. 90 milliamps times 9 volts is going to give us our wattage. And now resistors certainly have a set, like a peak wattage, right? So you have quarter watt resistors, you have half watt resistors, and then you have your larger set resistors that are all the way from like 2 watts up to like 100 watts. Okay, so shit gets really crazy. But to have 9, okay, so 9 volts times 0.09 amps, or 90 milliamps, you're going to have let's just, I don't know, 0.8 watts or 800 milliwatts. Okay, and so if I have a half watt resistor, which is what these are currently, these are half watt resistors, I'm already exceeding that by a factor of what, 300 milliwatts. So that resistor would burn the fuck up. It just burn up, it'd be done, and I won't be able to use it no more. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get at, is that you cannot exceed the wattage of the resistors, and you determine this by the voltage across them and the resistance in ohms. Alright, cool. Alright, so there's that. So these are things to determine when doing the analysis, because, I mean, you know, we don't want to burn up our components, right? We want it to operate in the proper way, and shit like that. So I've already been there. I've blown up some ICs, some integrated circuits, and that's always fun. It's a little scary, but it's always fun. Okay, so those are our LEDs.
Yes, I know that there's
We can just reconnect to ground here. Bro, what? Oh, shit genuinely pissed me off, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna lie, that shit really pissed me off, bro. Okay, I need to change this music, man. It's like some lovey-dovey shit, and I just ain't having it. This ain't the vibe right now. Where's my Spotify? Spotify's gone. Is this it? There it is. Way better. That's way better. I wish you guys could hear, but I don't want to get copyright. I don't want to get copyright. Damn it, come on, I just want to get the shot. That's kind of crazy. Use that as a thumbnail or some shit. That's like some Illuminati shit right there, I swear to God. I submit to God, I submit to Jesus Christ, bro. I ain't got no part in the Illuminati. Take them down. Take the Illuminati down. End the Fed. End the Fed. Okay, so this is where we're at, and then now I just, oh no, it's good, it's good. Okay, so this is where we're at, and so now we just completed the circuit by grounding our emitter of our transistor as well as the LED and stuff like this. I mean, this is grounded, so it is. I hate jumping shit, you know. I hate doing that, so we're just gonna go like this. Damn, bro, it looks like ass. I really hate this fucking Intuos. Like, what is he? Where did that come from? Okay, there we go, and that's grounded. Yeah, that's really all I got going on, I guess. Okay. Okay, now let's put actual values to these resistors. Okay, so those are 6. Is that really how I have that split? Oh, yes, I do. Oh, but that's for the purpose of that. So it's going to be 60. Yeah, 68 ohms. So 68 ohms, and that's going to be 136, really? Yeah, well, 136 ohms. I thought that was more for whatever reason, but no, that's it. Okay, and then 330. Whoa. Last time. I don't know what some of these values are. I think that's 47. That's be 470 ohms. 470 ohms. I need to find my multimeter. Oh, I don't know where it is. I'll be right back. Good. Just working on the circuit. Do you guys hear that? Okay. So I'm just gonna use the multimeter to directly measure the ohms, rather than like looking at. Otherwise, we can just look at a color diagram in regards to 4 band resistors, but I don't want to do that. That shit takes too long. Alright, so we're gonna set it to 2 kilo ohms. I'm just gonna go through and measure these. Okay, so this one. Way small. Oh. Yeah, 285. What does this measure?
Go play.
Wow, these resistors really aren't even close to the values they claim on the package. What? Really? What was this measuring? Yeah, my 68 ohm resistors are really close. Are they? Do they vary? What the? Pretty sure that's a 1 kilo ohm. Bro, how does that say 285? That's what it reads, whatever. I'm just gonna write down what it reads, I guess. Okay, so 285 ohms. 285 ohms, 330 ohms. Okay, 285 ohms, bro, but I'm pretty sure that's meant to be a 470 ohm resistor, like, I ain't even gonna lie. I gotta see, I gotta compare it to the package.
Oh.
This is what the packages look like, by the way. Like that, and then I can be able to see it. checking now for the 470 ohms. I'm pretty sure that's what it's meant to be, but I'm getting a reading of 285 ohms. Like that's a pretty big difference. Okay, I just found him. Yeah, that's totally what it is. 470 ohms. How do I get 285? Wait, let's test another one. Let's test one out of the package. Because no way there's that level of disparity. Like, no way there's that much of a tolerance, you know, difference. That's crazy. Damn, yeah, that one's 462. I must have fucked that one up. Interesting. I'm going to put the values that they're meant to be. I know things like vary a little bit, you know, like such as that did, but I'm just gonna put it as what it says on the label. Okay, so that's where we're at. Boom, boom, boom. Again, this is our voltage divider, and we're gonna have different levels of I'll show you how to determine this, or my method of determining this. Shit, what time is it? Dude, it's 11.
Yeah, potential, but what we don't have is time. So if I'm gonna help you, we need to do exactly as I say. Chip. Also, I am only helping you. I am not part of the group. Jimmy, Chip, don't do that.
It's kind of late.
No,
It's kind of late.
no one. Here, word, this is nice. Okay. Let's take your time.
It's kind of late, but I want to do some analysis. We ain't done no analysis here. Shit, but I gotta go to bed, man. I just have to. I'm gonna be super tired if I don't. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop here. I really appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna continue tomorrow, possibly, or the next day, and then I'm gonna actually do some analysis. Then I'm gonna keep this on the whiteboard. I'm not going to erase this, so we'll have this here ready for us. And we're gonna do the analysis tomorrow, where we're gonna look at the total resistance of the entire circuit, and then through this, we're going to determine the amount of current that's running into the main branch of the circuit, and we're going to look at how the current splits into the different branches of the circuit based off of Kirchhoff's junction rule and things like this, Kirchhoff's loop rule, whatever. So it'll be a good analysis, and this is a great circuit to analyze because you get to understand a bit better about the logic of the transistors, but also as well as like the operation of the linear components and things like this. So we're going to take a look at how the current splits at junctions, and we're going to look at how the voltage is shared, like how the voltage remains constant in every loop. And I will explain what that means tomorrow. So I really appreciate y'all being here tonight. You know, I hope your day was good, and I hope tomorrow's even better. Stay safe, and God bless you all.